జస్టిస్ నరసింహారెడ్డి గారు, ప్రొఫెసర్ అప్పారావు గారు, ప్రొఫెసర్ కేఎన్ మూర్తి గారు, ప్రొఫెసర్ పవన్ కుమార్ పమే గారు, ఆనరబుల్ మెంబర్ ఆఫ్ పార్లమెంట్ శ్రీ బండారు దత్తాత్రేయ, ఫార్మర్ మెంబర్ ఆఫ్ పార్లమెంట్ శ్రీ యనమంచిలి శివాజీ, executive council members, faculty members, and brothers and sisters from Hyderabad Central University. I am really extremely happy today, this evening, to attend this function. In fact, it's for information. Instead of university requesting me, I suggested to the university that I want to see this presentation and enrich my knowledge and understanding. Because I feel persons in public life, for that matter everybody, there must be always quest for knowledge, understanding, acquiring more and more. You see, and that process should be a continuous process throughout the life. Yearn. That seems to be the present trend. But my suggestion is, our tradition has been learn. Because things are moving faster, world is wide, everything is now known thanks to technology, and then things are fast changing. So you need to equip yourself with the latest technology, the latest knowledge, good practices, best practices, etc. So I feel that everyone in public life should acquire knowledge and update himself, and this process continues. Now I have become Vice President, second constitutional authority, nothing more than this, maybe one step. That's not the issue. Issue is acquiring more knowledge and then developing more wisdom. Knowledge and wisdom, there is difference. Wisdom makes you a perfect human being, an ideal human being. So there has to be quest for knowledge and quest for wisdom among every human being, whoever is working. I would like to really compliment the Central University of Hyderabad for this monumental initiative they have taken, and I would like to particularly compliment Sri Professor K.N. Murthy, Dean of School of Computers, and his team of students or researchers, whoever has assisted him in this effort, for coming out with this really wonderful new innovation, or reinventing the innovation which is already there. The Western concept is trying to patent everything. I am of the opinion our old ancient concept of Rishis is parenting everything. Theirs is patenting, ours is parenting. Our forefathers has given us so much knowledge. India was once upon a time known as Visva Guru. Students from abroad, they used to come and read in Takshashila, Nalanda, Pushpagiri, number of other universities, because they are all learning, institutes of learning, centers of excellence. It used to be available. This is not what we are saying because it's our country and all. You refer to the historians, Yuan Song, Pa Hian, these famous Chinese historians, they also wrote about the greatness of India. Now there is lots of debate is going on. Some people are trying to ridicule our Shastras, Vedas, Upanishads, and the knowledge that is there, hidden in that also, some people are trying to make it into a controversy. That, see, one thing is certain, the Aryabhatta or Bhaskaracharya or Charaka or Susruta or many people like that, they have done wonderful work. And then this is available. Mana Vangmayamulo, mana Charitralo, mana Samskrutlo, ivanni kuda unnai. వాటి నుంచి తెలుసుకొని అది ఉనిందా, అప్పుడు పుష్పక విమానం ఉనిందా, కల్పనకు ఒక రూపం ఉండాలి కదా. దానికి నీ మనసులో ఒక అలాంటి ఆలోచన వస్తే ఆలోచనను ఒక కలగా అంటే ఆ కళకు దాన్ని సాకారం చేయాలంటే దానికి ఒక ఆకారం, దానికి ఒక ప్రాకారం, అందరి యొక్క సహకారం కావాలి. ఆ పని చేయడం అవుతుందో ఆ ప్రక్రియ కొనసాగుతూ ఉండాలి. ఓహో, అప్పుడే ఎలా ఉండిందంటే హౌ టు మూవ్ ఫార్వర్డ్ అండ్ మేక్ మచ్ మోర్ ఇన్వెన్షన్స్ అండ్ న్యూ ఐడియాస్ ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ రిడిక్యూలింగ్ ఇట్ అండ్ దెన్ ట్రయింగ్ టు క్వారల్ నిజమేనా కాదా అనేది. అది ఒక పక్క మీమాంస అనుకోండి. బట్ ఉన్నదానిని ఉపయోగించుకొని ముందుకు తీసుకెళ్లే ప్రయత్నం చేయడం అవుతుందో అది శాస్త్రవేత్తల యొక్క పనిగా ఉండాలి. That's why I'm very happy to be here at the demonstration of the machine language translation software, SAARA. A beautiful name, really a meaningful name, SAARA. సారాంశం, సారా అంటే హిందీలో కూడా సారా అంటే అంతా. సారా కామ్ హో గయా, పూరా కామ్ హో గయా అన్నట్టు. It is said that there are some 7,000 living languages in the world today, living. Some of them are just living, that's all. According to 2011 census, there are total 121 languages spoken by more than 10,000 people each in India. Thus, linguistic diversity is thus very much part of our lives. Internet is an unlimited source of interesting, important and useful information that can be accessed free of cost. But it is also true that all this information is not available for consumption and use of the people in a language of their choice. That's the problem. I understand that making information and knowledge available to people in their own language and script is the noble vision and mission that inspired the creation of SAARA. Making information available in all Indian languages and dialects becomes extremely important in a country that is as diverse, as complex, as multilingual as India. According to one estimate, the number of English speakers in India is around 10%. That also is the higher side according to my understanding. But we are being taught and then being influenced by that language. I have nothing against any language for that matter. But question is of our own languages. It is very easy to understand things in our own mother tongue, in our own language. And the very purpose of, just now we are discussing about dharma paripalana, suparipalana, good governance and all. You will be able to do it effectively, communicate it, if you know the people's language. If you don't know the people's language, and then we proceed with the same like revenue office, black development office, or the collector office, or the bank, or the register office, or you take any office. People come there, they don't know English, and you know only English. Then how can you give good governance? Your applications are printed in English, most of them. Slowly things are changing, they should change faster, according to me. So you must rule in people's language. So you must promote people's language. So this is one issue. The entire country, the leadership of the country, they should all focus on this very important aspect. Because bhasha or bhavana ek saath chalta hai. You will be able to communicate better, articulate better in your mother tongue rather than other language. That's why I say mother tongue is like an eyesight. And the other language is like your chashma, the spectacle. If you have eyesight, then you wear chashma, you will have bright sight. If you don't have sight at all, then you can understand your plight and then come to conclusion. So the mastery, practice, promotion of mother tongues are very important for any civilization. You are any cultural advancement. You look at the history, the colonial rulers, wherever they have come, the first casualty was they want to kill their local culture. And killing local culture, easiest way is killing the language. They don't say that they want to kill the language, but they will not promote, they will promote their language. Recently I have been to Latin America, some of the countries. Guatemala, Panama, there. When I went there, to my surprise, I have always that inquisitiveness to find out background, culture, language, traditions, customs, systems, all. So I asked them about their mother tongue. None of them remember or can speak their mother tongue because they were all under the Spanish rule for a long time. Spanish came, their language got vanished after Spanish. The same thing was about to happen to India also. The Britishers, they thrust English on us because they don't know our language and they don't want our language to prosper. They wanted you to be ruled by their language. That's why they linked employment or post or patronage or promotion to that language. And then many people started picking up that language for the sake of employment, for the sake of promotion in their life. But fortunately, Indian cultural foundations are strong. That's why we are able to withstand the onslaught of hundreds of years of this foreign rule. We must be really thankful to our forefathers for laying for such a strong foundation. So most of the information available online is in English. If we wish to educate and empower our citizens, it is mandatory that we remove the barriers which they face to access information technology. Most of the information also is available in Sanskrit. But we have not focused our attention in learning Sanskrit, understanding Sanskrit and promoting Sanskrit, even now. And some people try to ridicule also. Whereas you go to Germany, you go to other universities, they are promoting Sanskrit. They are doing research on our Vedas. And we are ridiculing Vedas. I am not here to advocate Vedas, greatness of Veda, and asking you to study this or not. But question is, this is a knowledge, information. And information with confirmation is more than an ammunition. So you have to go through the information and then compare it whether there is any confirmation to the same, so that you can equip yourself and then you can improve upon the system. It is not easy to learn a new language, nor it is possible to create all the required information in all languages from scratch. So at this point in time, the translation is the most efficient and perhaps the only practical way of making information available to people in the language of their choice. I would like to tell you all, many of you must be aware, the French president comes to India. He knows English. He never speaks English. He speaks in French and there is a translator sitting next to him. Even while talking to our Prime Minister, discussion between two people, the Russian president, or the recently Iran president came, Iranian president. Normally as a vice president I also meet them, president meets some people, vice president meets some people, both of us meet some people, and Prime Minister hosts lunch and sometimes I host dinner, president hosts dinner. So we are briefed before meeting them. So then they briefed me and then he said he had a PhD in English from London University. So I thought I can be very comfortably converse with him. He did not speak in English. He spoke in his language. Same, even Armenia, anybody. So then I asked Sushma Swaraj ji, External Affairs Minister, "Kya Sushma ji, in लोगों को अंग्रेजी मालूम नहीं है क्या?" She said, no, many of them, they know English, but they do not speak in English. They feel proud to speak in their mother tongue and there is a translation. So that is the importance of language. One has to understand our people who are English crazy in this country. See, English is definitely useful, undoubtedly. Hindi also is useful. Then again, in our country, we have a habit of developing controversy around everything and create issues out of non-issues. This is the habit some of our people have in this country, Hindi. I remember during my younger days, I participated in anti-Hindi agitation because my village is next to Chennai, influence. So we all came out of the school, and then we started shouting Hindi down, down. So then we started discussing Hindi down, down. Kisi ko down, down कहना है तो there should be some symbol, na? Either a person or a refugee or a statue or a board or a sign and all. There is no Hindi. Then we started discussing, भाई हमारा गांव में हिंदी है कहाँ? निर्दोर में हिंदी है कहाँ? So everybody started looking at each other. Then one boy came and he said, there are two places where Hindi is available in our place. We inquisitively asked him, what is? He said, one is a railway station, run by central government. You will get Hindi and English. And second is post office, Dagghar. So we got into two batches and went and put tar on the Dagghar, this thing. Later in 1993, When I became All India General Secretary, जो बीजेपी का अखिल भारत महामंत्री बन के उस समय मैं दिल्ली पहुंचा, तब मुझे समझ में आया, अरे तार वहाँ नहीं लगाया मैंने, मेरे चेहरे के ऊपर लगाया है. I realized it. So learning any language, English also you should learn, and it's spoken across the world in a considerable this thing. So, but at the same time, as I was telling, you should first practice your mother tongue. So, my dear friends, wherever I go nowadays, I am suggesting 5 things to be remembered by everybody. One is mother, the mother who has given you beautiful birth. Mother includes father also. Mother, woman में man भी है ना. Then second is the native place, the Janma Bhumi, the place which has given you the birth. Should never forget it. Even if you go abroad also, go, learn, earn and return to serve your motherland. The third one is mother tongue, the language that has come from mother's womb. Should never, never ignore it. You must promote, propagate and try to be proficient in that language. Fourth is motherland, the country to which you belong to. You must always feel proud and protect the unity and integrity of the country. And then fifth is the Guru. The Guru who has given you knowledge. I was also wondering, I was trying to find out also, mission by itself cannot invent things. It can only pick up somewhere, from somewhere. That's where the importance of Guru. Google is very important. You ask nowadays children anything, they immediately go through Google what is there in the Google and all. See, even Google also need a Guru to operate. That's my interpretation. The internet or the information technology, what do we call, all this, they can only pick up from somewhere. It must have been available somewhere. So this is an area where you need to do further research. And then that's why I always feel that Guru is also equally important. Who is the Guru of SAARA now? Narasimhamurthy, or the Murthy, or his other researchers. Some Guru means, who is Guru? In our India, Guru means again as if you have given your entire life to Guru and you have to give your finger and all. Guru is a person, jnana dene wale Guru hai. Simple. A knowledge giver. He is a Guru. And they should be respected. These 5 things are very important for any person in his or in her life. This translation facilitates communication, exchange of ideas and information. It enriches languages and literature and brings the world together if you have proper translation. Good translation is not an easy task. I remember I used to translate Vajpayee ji, Advani ji, Moraji Bhai, Chaudhary Charan Singh, Bahuguna, lot of sometimes I even as the president of the BJP, I used to translate my junior speeches and they come to Nellore because there was nobody else who can translate also. Shah Nawaz Hussain, one minister, he was feeling very shy and I started translating his speech. But it's not an easy task. Experts, translators are not always readily available. Translation requires time, effort and money. After I became vice president, as the chairman of the Rajya Sabha, the vice president has a dual responsibility of being vice president and also chairman of the Rajya Sabha. So I have thought about it and then discussed with other friends and then introduced that members can speak in their mother tongue in Rajya Sabha, 22 languages to start with. And there is a simultaneous translation. And initially translation was a little this thing, but later I found, I keenly hear the translation also. Oh, there are people who can do good translation, perfect translation. So, machine translation involving translation of text with the help of computers, I am told can save time, effort and hence money. Just now it has been explained. Copies of the translation software can be easily made and deployed on many machines, thereby multiplying translation capabilities. Computers are becoming faster by the day and costs keep coming down too. Machines are not static, they adapt and evolve. They keep learning new things and adding to their repository of knowledge. Robust modern machine learning systems have made predictions and decisions making by machines much more accurate now. Nothing can be perfect, but it will be by and large accurate. Recently, Google unveiled a new interpreter mode in Google Assistant. It's artificial intelligence-based virtual assistant capable of voice recognition. Google Assistant is now capable of real-time language translation between two people who are having a conversation. The feature is set to support 27 languages, including Hindi. But we have seen the Google translation, the difference between Google translation and the translation done by this present new system of SAARA. There is a lot of difference. But to start with, and you do not know anything, at least to know something, Google was useful. But this is a better version. This has to be promoted, this has to be propagated, this has to be extended, and a good beginning has been made by our university. The machine translation holds great promise for the future, undoubtedly. Translation requires proper understanding of the meaning of words and sentences. Words can have multiple meanings, and one has to choose the right meaning for proper translation. For example, the word capital may mean capital city, financial capital, capital punishment, capital letter, etc., depending on the context. Unfortunately, computers do not have capabilities of common sense and discernment like humans, and machines translation is therefore a challenging task. If the translations produced by the machines can be understood easily and correctly, then it's possible to do some amount of manual post-editing, fixing the errors and improving the style. However, I have learned that the quality of translations produced by many machine translation systems is often poor, and post-editing is not always practical. But as you move on, things will definitely improve. I understand that many techniques have been developed over the decades in India, including rule-based or linguistic approaches and data-driven approaches such as statistical machine translation and a neural machine translation. Nonetheless, developing high-performance machine translation system remains to be a big challenge. But this seems to be a major improvement over others. Several major projects have been taken up for last 3 decades to develop machine translation systems between various pairs of languages. However, moving from laboratory models to practically usable and deployable systems has not been easy. It is heartening to note that a team of SAARA has been working at University of Hyderabad on natural language engineering in general and machine translation in particular for nearly 3 decades. I am told they have developed a new approach, machine translation, named SAARA, meaning essence. SAR in Hindi and SAARAMU in Telugu, which promises fast development of high-performance translation system. I am told that SAARA translation systems are not fully automatic. A small amount of human effort is required. However, we can get high-quality translation quickly in a cost-effective manner. I understand that overall the time effort required is much lesser than the complete manual translation. I am happy to know that a technology demonstrator, a system for translating from Kannada to Telugu, has been developed and it has been presented today. A full-length book has been translated, post-edited and published. Fortunately, I have some understanding and knowledge of Kannada also. So I could see that it's almost near perfect, not perfect, near perfect, as was said by Murthy Garu, around 95%. It was a very good improvement over the Google's translation. Artificial intelligence, as it is popular, AI, as it is popularly called, is said to be technology of the future. I applaud the inclusion of the cutting-edge technology in SAARA. I understand the system are web-based and users can use them from anywhere, anytime. Hopefully, high-quality translation systems will be developed for many languages, pairs over the next few years. Linguistic expertise is not essential. Anybody who knows 2 languages well can contribute and also benefit from these systems. More than 19,500 languages or dialects are spoken in India as a raw mother tongues according to the latest analysis of the census. However, 96.71% population in the country have one of the 22 scheduled languages as their mother tongue. I have always emphasized upon the importance of protecting and conserving our linguistic heritage. Our languages are a crucial part of who we are, our history, our culture, our evolution as a society. Languages are very crucial to know who are you, what is your history, what is your culture, and our evolution as a society. That is very important. I understand that many of our ancient languages are on the verge of decay because of decades worth of stagnation, lack of innovation and failure to adopt new ideas and new vocabulary. So studies by experts estimate that almost 600 languages are on the verge of death, that more than 250 languages have already died in the past 60 years. When a language dies, it takes with it entire culture system. We simply cannot let this happen. Protect our cultural heritage, including language, as our constitutional mandate duty. I have always felt that instruction in school must happen in mother tongues to start with. A child should learn its mother tongue as well as while picking up other languages. Translation initiatives like SAARA will also help to enrich languages and literature and bring a new life of fading languages. Machine translation should be taken up as a national mission so that information can be made available to our people in their own languages and scripts on a priority basis. I wish the team behind the development of and deployment of SAARA all the very best. Hyderabad, the Central University, has been in news for reasons known to many of us. I don't want to go into that unfortunate episode. The only thing is, universities, there must be always discussion, debate, and then they can come to conclusions. So nothing wrong in debating any issue. But they should not get involved into this. This is my advice. I've been a student leader. I led student movements also. The time that is there, you spend in the universities must be utilized to acquire more and more knowledge before you enter into your life. If you spend them on unnecessary issues and then try to create unrest in the campus, that will affect your future. There is no doubt that India, we have a diverse culture, unity in diversity, alag bhasha, alag vesh, fir bhi apna ek desh, vividata mein ekata, Bharat ka visheshata. That has to be. So you agree to disagree. There is no problem. But at the same time, taking to violence and then creating unrest will make you restive so that you will not be able to focus your attention on this. And politicians also should desist utilizing the campuses. I am not saying politicians should not. They should come, they should give speeches, and you should hear them, understand them better, know them, then can use it for future. That should be. It's like visiting a temple. You leave your shoes outside the temple, you enter the temple, you do your puja of whatever, temple or mosque or church, whatever it is, and you come back and get into your shoes. It should be like that. Universities and the educational institutions should be used by politicians in such a manner, rather than creating and disturbing the peaceful atmosphere and then diverting the attention, creating tension. If there is tension, there cannot be attention. You will not be able to do justice to your this thing. On a country like India, but only fortunate thing is out of 760 or 800 universities, only 5, 6, 7 universities are in the news for wrong reasons. But they also do wonderful work. The amount of good work done by Central University of Hyderabad, and just now the Vice Chancellor has told us, the reputation it has got, because there are students who are focusing more on that. And there are people, of course, who want to create unnecessary controversies on Kiss Festival, Beef Festival, Afzal Festival. You want whatever is your food choice, you can enjoy it. But why should you thrust and hurt the sentiments of others? If you want to kiss somebody and both of you are in agreement, go to a private place and do it. Why should there be a public display and creating unrest in the minds of others? Small things. But some people, and then that becomes news. Unfortunately, in our media, construction is not a major news. Destruction, obstruction is a news, right from parliament to any walk of life. That becomes a big news. Hyderabad University is not in news because of achievement. This SAARA invention could have been a national news, international news of prominence. Of course, fortunately, some newspapers have published it. That's how I could come to know of it. But it's of such an international importance. Same is the case with regard to Parliament also. You make a constructive speech in Parliament, you are not there in the news. Routine, na? But if you do something unusual, unnatural, tear the mic, throw the paper, accuse, abuse each other, then you are in the front page or box set. It's a very bad tendency. Sensationalism is without sense. There has to be really sense in whatever we say, whatever we propagate, whatever we write, whatever we read, and whatever we suggest to the people. That has to be kept in mind. I'm very happy. చాలా సంతోషంగా ఉంది నాకు మనసులో ఇవాళ ఈ తర్జుమా చేసేంటి యొక్క ఆసక్తికరమైన యొక్క ముఖ్యమైన ఉపయోగకరమైన సమాచారాన్ని ఉచితంగా లభించేటి రోజులు మనకి దగ్గరలో ఉన్నాయి. ప్రజలందరికీ సమాచారం అందుబాటులో వారి మాతృభాషల్లో అలాగే లిపిలో అందించడం చాలా సవాలు. ఆ సవాలును అధిగమించేంటి యొక్క ప్రయత్నం జరగడం చాలా సంతోషంగా ఉంది. నేను ఇందాకే చెప్పినట్టుగా కొత్త భాష నేర్చుకోవడం సులభం కాదు. అలాగే సంపూర్ణ సమాచారాన్ని నిర్మించి అందించడం కూడా సులభం కాదు. అనువాదం ద్వారా మాత్రమే ప్రజలకు కావాల్సిన భాషలో సమాచారాన్ని అందించగలం. తెలుగులో చాలా మంచి పుస్తకాలు వచ్చాయి. వాటిని హిందీలోకి అనువదిస్తే మరింత మందికి తెలుస్తుంది. అలాగే ఇంగ్లీష్లో ఉన్న వాటిని తెలుగులోకి అనువదిస్తే మరింత మంది చదువుకోగలరు. కాబట్టి అనువాద ప్రక్రియను వేగవంతం చేసే యొక్క ఈ సారా ప్రయోగాన్ని నేను మరొకసారి ఈ యంత్రానువాద నిర్మాణ వ్యవస్థ సారా మెషిన్ ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ డెవలప్మెంట్ ఫ్రేమ్వర్క్ అనే వ్యవస్థ మరింతగా అభివృద్ధి చెందాలని, మరింత ప్రాచుర్యం పొందాలని, మనందరం దాన్ని ప్రోత్సహించాలని చెప్పని ఈ సందర్భంగా దీన్ని ఒక జాతీయ లక్ష్యంగా వీ మస్ట్ టేక్ ఇట్ యాజ్ ఎ నేషనల్ మిషన్ పరిగణించి ఉపయోగకరమైన సమాచారాన్ని అన్ని భాషల్లో అన్ని లిపుల్లో వీటిని అందించాలా. అండ్ ఇట్ షుడ్ బికమ్ ఎ మిషన్ ఆఫ్ ద నేషన్ సో దట్ ద నేషన్ కెన్ ఎన్రిచ్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ అని చెప్పి మీ అందరికి కూడా మనవి చేస్తూ నేను ఇలాంటి కోరిక వ్యక్తపరచగానే అప్పారావు గారు విశ్వవిద్యాలయం ముందుకు వచ్చి మూర్తి గారి సహకారంతో ఈరోజు నా సమక్షంలో ఈ ప్రజెంటేషన్ చేయడం చాలా సంతోషం. ఈ సందర్భంగా మిమ్మల్ని అందరినీ కలుసుకునే అవకాశం కూడా లభించింది. అందరికీ ఆలస్యం అయినప్పటికీ కూడా మీ అందరికీ సంక్రాంతి శుభాకాంక్షలు. ఈ సంక్రాంతి మన జీవితాల్లో నవ్యక్రాంతిని తీసుకురావాలని, శుభాన్ని, సుఖాన్ని, సంతోషాన్ని, సౌభాగ్యాన్ని, సామరస్యాన్ని అందించాలని చెప్పని కోరుతూ మీ దగ్గర సెలవు తీసుకుంటూ నమస్కారం. జై హింద్.